Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Ants Gaming, and today I'm going to do a tier list of Triangle Strategy. Now, I've reviewed this game, go check the video. Now, I play the game aggressively, which means that I like characters who can deal damage more, so that's how I'm going to do my tier list. Okay, so the first person here, Benedict, I mean, he's good in the early game, and you can use him all the way to the end game. I'm going to put him on A tier because of his skill that you can choose a person to take their turn. It's called now. So for the early game, he can also buff your team members, and at the end game, his weapon skill, Dragon Shield, can actually make your team members invincible for one hit. So yeah, he's an A tier for sure. And next, this Frederica, she's my favorite spell slinger because she can do a lot of damage. She can do one person damage, single damage, or she can do like a whole huge area of damage. Actually, she works well with Benedict because she has to cast her AoE for one turn, and Benedict can just make it happen immediately. Alright, and then Roland. Now, King Roland is either a B or an A, but I'm gonna put him at an A tier because he can do like dashes that goes through the enemy, so he can put himself behind enemy lines, and he can push people. So it's fun because you can push people off ledges on some maps, and so yeah, he's also one of the earlier characters you get, so an A tier for sure. And for the healer, Gila. Which is a weird name, but yeah, she's a healer that you get in the beginning, so you will use her a lot, and that's one of the best things about her is she can heal, and she can also haste, right? And that's pretty much all she does. But in the end game, she's still relevant because her weapon skill can actually resurrect your character if they die. So you can go YOLO with someone, and they'll come back to life. And like I said, I like aggressive playstyle, so Gila here really helps on that. And the assassin here is one of the characters that will probably go YOLO and then die. So Anna is also an A tier because she can like hide and backstab people. So I like to backstab all the mages and kill them quickly. And so it's a good couple with Gila here. This guy, I mean, I don't know about Mr. Erador here. He's been there in the beginning, but I don't use him as much as I should maybe. So I'm just gonna put him in B tier because his movement is very slow, right? He cannot move that far, which put him at a disadvantage because he needs to taunt people. But he does have a bash, so it's fun to play. I'm gonna put him at B tier. So this girl, I mean, Huette is her name, and she can actually fly on top of tall places. So she's useful in some maps, but I think in general she's a B tier because I don't know, her skills miss a lot for me. Maybe I didn't put the right items or something, but yeah, and she's not that powerful in terms of damage. And like I said, I'm a big damage dealer guy. I like people who deal a lot of damage, like Frederica here. So yeah, I think the next mage here that we have, Corentin, is actually quite useful. But the problem is, you get him. I got him late because I didn't do the path that I was supposed to take. But you could get him early, so might be an A tier if you got him early and you can use him a lot. Yeah, actually it's an A tier because ice is useful, and he can actually make a wall, a barrier that can protect your mages on some maps. And his skill set is actually very similar to Frederica, but not as high damage, so that's why he's an A tier and she's an S tier. Alright, so next, this hunter, like Rudolph here, I don't know, I don't really like archers that much in this game, because I just feel like they don't do that much damage in general, right? And his rain of arrows thing is useful sometimes, but yeah, like I said, the damage is like mediocre. I don't use him as much. All right, next, this guy is Julio. He does buff you, adds TP. It's actually useful for, adding TP to Frederica and other mages, but that's all he does. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't used him that much. Perhaps, I should have been using him more because of his other skills, like Inheritor. But yeah, I'm just gonna put him in C tier because he's like a one-trick pony to me. Now the main character, just because he's the main character, I'm gonna put him in S tier because yeah, you have to play him most of the times, and he does have a lot of damaging skills. Like he has some range with his it's called Hawk Dive, right? So that's pretty cool. And he has the weapon skill is not that great, but and I don't use his defensive skills as much, but he does have this one skill called Sweeping Slash that can hit people around him. So I just put him like YOLO him, maybe even use a teleport thing to put him in the middle of people and just do a Sweeping Slash. Like that's like his S tier skill right there, Sweeping Slash, right? So yeah, and then next we have a cavalry healer kind of girl. I mean, I thought she was pretty good at first, but then she's like a mix of too many things that I don't even use that much. I might even put her in C tier because I don't know if I can use it. Like if I need a healer, I will take Keela, and if I wanted a cavalry, I would take like Roland. So she's kind of in the middle, and I don't use her as much. Her damage is pretty good, but like I said, she's a mixed bag. So all right, next we have this character mage. He does have wind magic, which is unique, but I don't know why his wind magic doesn't push people off. Is it something that I didn't figure out? But other enemies can push you off with their wind magic. This guy does not for some reason, and just because of that, I'm gonna put him in B tier. He does have a lot of other magic, but yeah, I don't know his skill, his final weapon skill, Mystic Beam. I don't use it as much as well, so he's gonna go in B tier. Yeah, next we have this guy, Jens, who's building stuff. In the beginning, I really liked the turret when I got it. I mean, it was kind of mid-game when I got the turret, right? And it was kind of fun, but it misses a lot. And because it misses a lot, and I don't use the ladder as much. I've heard that you can trap people with the ladder, but it's not my playstyle, so I'm just gonna put him in C. Alright, so this guy, I think he just charms people most of the time for me and like infuriate them. I think he's pretty good at crowd control, but like I said, that's not my playstyle, right? I like damage dealing more, so I don't use him as much. If you like crowd control, he's probably one of the best, I think, but to me it's a C. All right, next we have this mime. I think she's a mime, but she's a trickster, I guess. But she talks, so she's not a mime. But she can make a clone of herself, and I enjoyed it in the beginning, but then it gets really old because she can't do anything else. She can throw items, but none of them are pretty good. They're not damaging enough. I'm tempted to put her in D tier just because, she doesn't bring that much. I'll put her here for now. Alright, so next we have this Alchemist. Forget her name. I think it's Medina. She's an S tier for me just because she can heal and give TP, right? She's like this guy, but better. So she can give TP while healing people, right? She can give TP to Frederica while healing her, right? And she's just all around useful because she can throw items far away. All right, next we have this other mage. Okay, she's Izana, and she's interesting because she can make rain. It does take one turn, but when it rains, you can kind of like do lightning spread to other people. It's not consistent, so I'm gonna put her in B tier because mages in general are good, but her ultimate skill, I mean her weapon skill is actually interesting, but I never got to use it because it takes so much TP, and even at level 49 I couldn't use it for some reason. I think I'm missing something. Maybe I need to make her level 50, but I don't know, man. She's a B tier just because she's a mage. All right, next we have this archer guy. I mean, what's his name? Archibald, I think. Let me check. Yeah, Archibald. Like, he is actually pretty good as an archer compared to Rudolph and Huguet here, because he has this skill that you can hit someone even if they're behind cover, like almost anywhere in the map. So I really like that because you can snipe people who's almost dead from far away. So he's a sniper to me, and that's useful. Princess Cordelia here. I mean, I didn't get her, so I cannot speak on her behalf, right? I'm not gonna rate her. Maybe I'll just put her, at the end here. I didn't get this guy or this girl either, so I'm not gonna rate people that I didn't get. So yeah, this girl, I think her name is Milo. She's actually pretty good because she can charm people and jump around just because of her mobility. I like her because she can like kill mages at the back pretty fast, and her damage is pretty good with her poison attack. Yeah, and Maxwell, right? I think he deserves an S tier because his damage is good, his mobility is good, right? A lot of his skills take a lot of TP, but in general, right? Because I like dealing damage, he's very good at that. But you only get him very very late if you're doing the golden route or if you do a very specific thing. So it's hard to get him, but he's still an S tier. All right, Flanagan is actually the tank that I like to use because he cannot taunt. If I remember, he can't taunt, but he can jump around with his hawk, so he can reach faraway places, and that's really important, right? Because you can get there and you can bash people. You can kind of like disrupt people in the back lines, and that's very useful as a tanker. All right, so this girl, I forgot her name. She's a martial artist who uses her fists. Oh, Groma. She's supposed to be like this legendary warrior. I was expecting someone using like a sword or something, but she's just like using her fists. But I guess she deals decent damage, but her mobility to me and her skill set, I just don't get it. I don't know, maybe I'm not using her properly. She's supposed to be like this evasion character. You're supposed to get inside people's faces and let them attack you, and then you counter attack. But I just don't. I didn't make it work, I guess. So it's a B for me. All right, Avlora is like this supposedly super crazy character that is high in damage because she has this ultimate skill that's really cool. It looks really cool, but when you get her, it's really hard to execute for some reason. I think it's the high TP cost and the fact that it's like a cross. You can never line people up, and it's a bit weird to me that she's supposed to be here, but somehow I feel that maybe it's her mobility that it's just an A tier to me, maybe even a B tier, but just because she's hard to get and her stats are good, I'm gonna put her in A tier. All right, this barrel contraption, his name is Decimal. I actually really like him because he can attack people almost anywhere across the map, and he can, like, some maps have so many enemies that he can attack like 2 or 3 people, even 5 people during his turn. He does have drawbacks that he can't regenerate TP, but you can use like you can use other people to give him TP. You can use the special abilities to give him TP. So I'm tempted to put him in A tier, but given that he's also hard to get, maybe a B tier. All right. Now it's this girl, Giovanni. I think I don't like her at all. She's definitely a D tier to me because it's really hard to get her skills. She's a geomancer, but in this game, it's just really hard to use. All right, this time child character, I think his name is so hard to pronounce, but he is really really good actually. Definitely an S tier, just because he can turn back time. Like I said, I like to YOLO. So if Anna goes in there or Serenoa goes in there and gets beat up but not dead yet, this guy can kind of, undo everything and put him back to full life. So yeah, and there's another skill that he has that can just stop time for 2 turns. So it's good for generating TP, but it just takes, it's absurd. It just takes so long to wait for everyone's turn. So it's kind of funny to me, but an S tier for sure. Yeah, so that's it. I have not played these other 3 characters, so I cannot speak on them, but to me there are these 5 S tier characters that the 2 here you get from the beginning. Just use them as much as you can because they're really fun to use as well. And the others here, you'll get them eventually, and they're all pretty good. As you can see here, they represent all these stereotypes. There's an archer, there's a tanker, there are several magicians here because I like them. There's a healer, an assassin, a cavalry, support, an alchemist, and another damage dealer here. So you get all the stereotypes here. The rest down here, they're like replicating these stereotypes. So yeah, but you need to use all of them if you want to go to the golden route anyway. So I enjoy playing with all of them. Actually, they're all unique. That's what I like about this game, right? They all have their own unique thing. Like even though they are similar, but they have 1 or 2 skills that are unique. So just try all of them. But yeah, these are the ones that I don't care for at all, because it's really hard to use, and yeah, I only use them if I have to. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll probably make one more video about triangle strategy before moving on to another game. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.